This is Chuck Kratz coming to you here, both in my role as an elder, but especially as a physician, to address somewhat the issue of how we go back to church, meaning the big group session. From a medical perspective, currently in Logan County and Champaign counties, the risks are relatively low of getting COVID. But there is still a lack of quick testing and contact tracing. And we live in a mobile society, so certainly the risks are here and the risks are going to continue to be here for the near future. As the state opens up, most medical people, I think, would agree that there's a likelihood that, again, the cases will increase. Of course, nobody knows for sure how this is going to go. I did take the liberty of talking with Dr. Ryan Kaufman and Dr. Winfred Stolzfus briefly, and I think they would concur with a very conservative back to church, and again, church meaning the very big group church setting, as we are doing. At this point, what we do know is that if someone gets COVID, there is no very effective treatment specifically. After they get it, you can't undo it. At this point, there's no prevention for COVID virus other than just the social distancing that we have been doing. Two, I think, in our role as a church, we do want to be a blessing to both our state and local leaders and not a burden. At this point, the state and local leaders, I think, continue to recommend groups smaller than 10 if possible, knowing that that's going to gradually increase as time goes along. And then, of course, we have to balance these risks against the benefits of going back to the large group setting in church. We know there will be some pressures that come from within because we do want to get together. We like being together. We like worshiping together. And pressures from without. Other people are doing it, so to speak. And so there's going to be some pressure. At this point, the elders and pastors have felt very strongly that our most important consideration is to try and take care of those around us that would be at higher risk, whether that's people with medical problems or people that are above age 65. And then we have to decide what is the need. At the current time, we're having good services online. We are able to meet in smaller groups more and more as time goes along. Is it worth the risk to get back to what we would consider business as usual or church as usual? What is God's desire in this coronavirus pandemic? What is God trying to do? Does he have other things in mind for us? If we do go back to a larger group services, I do think we have to be prepared for a few things. And we have to be prepared that, again, it may end fairly abruptly if the cases start to increase. The situation will remain fluid and somewhat unpredictable. We will need to be sensitive to other people who may be more or less fearful of infection than we are, and we'll have to follow guidelines that are set even if we don't think they're necessary or appropriate to try and help others feel more comfortable and safe. We do need to understand that church may not or probably will not be the same again in the near future or maybe ever. It may be that God was not as attached to our style and form of worship as we are. So we're going to need to accept that things are going to be different, but that God is still at work in many ways. This may be a very good opportunity for us at this time, so let's not try to hold too much to the past, but look to what God is doing at the present. Finally, I would ask for your prayers, patience, and grace in this process for the pastors, elders, and church council. We are certainly trying to do what is best for our congregation, community, and in God's eyes as we move forward. We understand there will be differences of opinion as we move forward, but we appreciate your support and understanding, and we pray that God's will would be done. Thank you.